Welcome to Home of Movies, and today we will be recapping the movie Addicted. Zoe Reynard seeks a confidential session with Dr. Marcellus Spencer, a therapist specializing in sexual addiction, to share the tumultuous events of the past 6 months. Despite having a loving husband named Jason and an otherwise satisfying sex life, Zoe feels an underlying dissatisfaction. In an attempt to cope, she resorts to watching pornography and using a vibrator in her living room. Zoe, who runs an art gallery company called Zoe & Co., receives a brochure from her best friend and assistant, Brina, showcasing Quentin Canosa's artwork. Intrigued, Zoe attends an exhibition featuring Quentin's pieces and is captivated by his talent. Quentin, equally enchanted by Zoe's beauty, begins to flirt with her. At the event, they exchange contact information and plan to meet again. Zoe continues to engage in other illicit affairs, even going as far as dressing up to visit clubs while lying to her mother about going to the grocery store. One night, after having shower sex with Jason, Zoe dreams about being intimate with Quentin. She visits Quentin's studio to discuss a contract for him to join her company, which he signs without hesitation. As Zoe prepares to leave, Quentin attempts to seduce her. Initially resisting due to her marriage, Zoe eventually succumbs to Quentin's charm. Zoe's extramarital activities and ensuing guilt start affecting her work and family life. She misses her son's soccer games and becomes absent-minded when Brina informs her about a potential client, Balthazar Crane, who has been trying to set up a meeting. Determined to end the affair, Zoe visits Quentin's place once more and encounters a young woman named Diamond, who is familiar with Zoe's name and offers to answer any questions about Quentin. Zoe finds Quentin and confesses that she can no longer continue their relationship because she loves Jason. Quentin then takes her to see some of his street art, revealing that he turned to painting to cope with his father's suicide and his mother's abandonment. He expresses his longing for companionship, which leaves Zoe feeling guilty. Despite her guilt, they end up kissing and having sex once again, causing Zoe to miss another meeting with Balthazar Crane. Although she later catches up with him and lies about taking care of her sick daughter, Balthazar agrees to reschedule despite her guilt. Zoe continues her affair with Quentin, even allowing him to paint her nude before they make love again. In the present, Dr. Spencer diagnoses Zoe with severe sex addiction, comparable to a drug addiction, and suggests that she propose couples counseling to Jason. Following Dr. Spencer's advice, Zoe asks Jason if they can see a therapist to discuss their sex life. But Jason refuses, unwilling to pay for such sessions. After another encounter with Quentin, he begs Zoe to leave her husband for him, but she declines because she still loves Jason. Despite this, Zoe goes to a club and catches the eye of another man named Corey. They engage in sexual activity in the bathroom, which Zoe admits to enjoying when discussing it with Dr. Spencer. This additional affair with Corey continues whenever Zoe is unable to be with Quentin. Consequently, Zoe's relationship with her son suffers as she misses his final soccer game of the season, causing him to lose trust in her. At work, Zoe's performance deteriorates significantly, leading her employees and Brina to notice and express their dissatisfaction. Brina confronts Zoe, criticizing her for letting important clients slip away without seeming to care about the repercussions. Zoe catches Quentin and Diamond in a compromising position, which infuriates her. She storms out, leaving Quentin bewildered. Later, Jason confronts Zoe about her late nights and absence from the family. Zoe tries to blame Jason for working late, but he counters by revealing he knows where she has been. Zoe returns to Quentin's place, but their intimate moment is interrupted by a knock on the door. Zoe hides as Jason arrives for a business meeting with Quentin, unaware of their previous business dealings. While looking at Quentin's artwork, Jason accidentally uncovers a painting depicting Zoe and Quentin in a sexual position. Before he can fully see it, Jason is called away by his partner. Zoe questions Quentin about whether he intended for Jason to see the painting. Feeling alienated from her family, Zoe is left behind when Jason takes the kids to the movies, and the kids themselves don't want her to join them. Additionally, Quentin sends over a sculpture after Jason mentions Zoe's appreciation for his work. Heeding Dr. Spencer's advice, Zoe arranges a meeting with both Quentin and Corey to end the affairs. Corey becomes agitated and tries to push Zoe, but Quentin intervenes. Corey decides to leave, but Quentin grabs a sculpture and strikes Corey over the head with it. Quentin then approaches Zoe aggressively, but she breaks a glass on the floor, causing him to step on it and cut his feet. Zoe hides behind Quentin's paintings as he grabs a sharp object and starts chasing her. However, before Quentin can harm Zoe, Jason arrives and hits Quentin, revealing that he knows about the affair. Quentin leaves, and Zoe follows him out, only to be met by Diamond, who takes care of Quentin. Zoe follows Jason and tries to talk to him, but he tells her that he is leaving her and taking the kids, declaring that she is dead to him. Devastated, Zoe decides to end her life by walking into the path of an oncoming car. Jason runs to her side. In the following months, Zoe recovers in the hospital while her family remains deeply concerned about her. During this time, her company officially shuts down. Meanwhile, Diamond takes care of Quentin at his place. In the hospital, Zoe experiences a flashback to her childhood, recalling an incident where she was attacked by a boy, leaving a scar on her wrist. Eventually, she is able to return home, and her children are thrilled to see her. However, Jason remains deeply hurt and feels he can't continue to pretend that everything is fine. Zoe attends a sex addiction support group that Dr. Spencer had invited her to. During the session, she opens up about a traumatic childhood experience where she was raped. Jason, who is in the next room, steps out to listen to Zoe's confession. She breaks down in tears, admitting her problem, but expressing her enduring love for Jason and her desire to make their relationship work. Moved by her vulnerability, Jason goes to her, hugs her, and they share a kiss, reaffirming their motto, "Our love is forever, always has been, always will be." And the movie, don't forget, leave comment in bello. See you in next video.